Alright, in your 1GR-FE engines, you're going to find this in your Toyota Tacomas, your 4Runners, your FJ Cruisers, and some of your Tundras as well. But one thing I want to show you here, so underneath, I had to get in there and take the intake off the other day, and one thing I found out was that there is a hose on the passenger side valve cover. That hose goes from the valve cover to the throttle body, part of the throttle body. Anywho, that hose was leaking oil and I needed to change it. So this will actually cover from, let's see, this is on your 4.0 V6 engine. It'll cover your 4Runners, your FJ Cruisers, your Tacomas, your Tundras. On your 4Runners from 2003 to 2009, on your FJ Cruisers from 2007 to 2009, Tacomas 2005 to 2015, that's a pretty big range right there. And on your Tundras from 2005 to the 2011. You have the 1GR-FE engine, 4.0 V6. So there's two 10mm bolts to hold the front cover on. Just pop those things off, flip that off. Had to get the intake, the the engine air filter. That comes off as well. Just tuck off the hose. That goes to the throttle body. That's the hose I'm going to be replacing. This was not hard at all to take off. It's actually very simple. Two 10mm bolts hold it on. You have some wiring harnesses that you have to pop out of the clips, or where the clips are holding onto the intake. What do you want to call? I want to call this the air filter box. It's not really the intake. The intake is to the right of this. There's actually one hose. There's a vacuum line on the back of the air filter housing. What I'm touching right there is what I'm calling the air filter housing. There's a vacuum hose that you have to take off, so don't break that. It's a little nipple on the back, so don't break that either. If you do break it, you can get one of those little straws that they use for like brake cleaner, the little red straw. Cut that down to size, stick that through the two holes where it broke, and then super glue it together is one trick you can do. But this isn't hard at all. The reason I'm changing this hose out, there wasn't a performance issue. It wasn't like failing on me. It wasn't throwing codes. I just saw that when I was in there. It needed to be replaced. So I went to my Toyota dealership where I get the homie hookup at, and I replaced it. Actually, that's the hose I'm touching right there. Those clips are pretty jukey. I opted for a little bit more stout, more robust clips. I actually end up putting in there just spring clamps that I put in there to help secure it a little bit better. Just working the hose off. It's rock hard. It's been on there since, I'm sure it's the original hose that's been on the car, and it's actually 2005 Tacoma with the 1GR-FE V6 4.0 liter engine. So right there, I got it out. I'm just showing you that it's cracked. Obviously on YouTube and on these videos you can't tell how hard the hose is, but it is definitely rotted out. Or not rotted out, it's just worn out. It needs to be replaced. So next thing I do, I go in there, I get some brake cleaner, I spray on top of the valve cover. If I actually had the valve cover off and I was doing the valve cover and the oil tube seals, the valve cover gasket and the oil tube seals, I would take my time a little bit longer and clean this up. But just get yourself some brake cleaner, spray it down there, spray it on the oil that's been sitting there for years and years and years and building up. I just clean that up to the best of my ability. It doesn't have to be perfect. There's a new part, 12262-0P010. For those of you who cannot read, those are the new clips. Just showing you that it's nice and squishy. Good and squishy there. So I just put the new clips on. Use some a crescent wrench to get it on there. It slipped on there nice and easy like. And then you just put the clip into place. Just make sure the clip is past the raised area on the inlet. Just check everything, and then once you have it in place, you can give it a little tug. Make sure it's not going to come off. My Chemo 3/8 electric ratchet. If you guys are on the fence about getting an electric ratchet, I'll put a link down in the description below. I've loved that thing. That thing is a great little ratchet. It's not the strongest thing in the world, but it gets the job done. It gets the screws in and out, the bolts in and out, and you have to go in there with a, you know, regular 3/8 ratchet, hand ratchet, and just tighten it up. But yeah, that thing's killer. Actually, just came out with another one that I'd like to get. If you guys have made it this far, I won't insult your intelligence. You know what to do. Put the air filter back in. Make sure all the bolts are tight. Don't forget the vacuum hose in the back of the box, and you guys are good to go. Like I said, this hose wasn't causing any performance problems or hesitation or check engine light. Just did it because I saw it and it was leaking oil. So just preventative maintenance. If you guys are new to Bundys Garage, please subscribe. A lot of, like, less than 10% of my subscribers actually watch the videos I put out. So if you're new to my channel, it really helps me out if you subscribe. It's free, doesn't cost anything, helps me and my family out. And if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you guys can leave them in the comments below. I try to answer back all comments that are left, good or bad. I also keep the good ones and the bad ones. And then if you guys need to get a hold of me for any reason, you can always reach out to me at BundysGarage@gmail.com. I'm always there to try to lend a helping hand, and I will talk to you guys later.